Welcome once again to the Oregon Fly Fishing Blog. We're going to tie, it's not a woolly bugger, this is a glass bead emu. Is emu or emu? It's a new take on a really popular pattern. It's popular because it's effective, and this one is really, I think you're really going to like this. So let's get started. This is a size 10, and it's 3761. You could use all sorts of flies. Well, you could use many hook substitutions. No lead wire with this. Why the glass bead? So there are places where I want to use a glass bead. There's some dark brown. I'm going to cut the tip out of that. Excuse me. I want this fly to sink very slowly. I want it to just go down just ever so slowly in still water. Because fish sometimes just find that irresistible, and if it just goes down fast, they can resist that quite well. So I'm tying this as a trout fly. I'm also tying it as a carp fly, because it turns out that flies of this nature are, now this is an emu feather. Spirit River, it's probably UV2. This is supposedly a gold color. These are really cool feathers. I had no experience with these until just recently. I'm still new enough to them to not be really confident in how I choose my feathers. So sometimes I'll choose a feather and I'll wind it on, and it, like, I'm winding two feathers here, and they behave very nicely. And sometimes I'm doing this and they're not behaving at all. So I just start over and I choose another feather. Some are wider than others. This one is kind of on the narrower side, which is just about right for this hook. So they come wider as well. But look at that. That's just... So if you want flash, carp, from what I understand, tend to be, they don't demand flash. I don't think trout do either. But you could have put a couple strands of peacock crystal flash in there, or root beer. I didn't. I'm going to put a collar hackle on here. This is a marabou patch, grizzly marabou patch, and this is tan. And these patches are just amazing. They've got little fluffy marabou here, grizzly. They've got some longer, skinnier hackles. It's all wet fly stuff. And right up here, I've got one. And this is going to make a really nice, I'm going to use this webby part, make a really nice collar that's going to be kind of nice breathing. Now when I prepare this, I'm going to snip this off here. Snip these off, snip these off. Now, I haven't been showing the use of much cement lately. Every once in a while, I've been tying so many big flies, I've gotten in the habit of every once in a while put a little bit of super glue on my thread and then locking that in. It is kind of interesting just how, I'm going to try to fold this hackle here, just how, what was I starting to say? I have no idea. It's okay. It's all good. These feathers, you know, a lot of these feathers seem to have a mind of their own. So one thing about a woolly bugger is I like to use a soft hackle, a hackle that will breathe, and this certainly meets that. That's why we don't typically use a dry fly hackle on a fly like this, because it wouldn't have any wiggle. This is going to breathe and flow. Now I've got that stem, and I'm trying to reach in there, and there we go. Now I'm going to use just a little hint. I could finish that fly right there. This is an SLF dubbing. This is I think they describe it as a pink orange scud or shrimp dubbing. It's an SLF blend. It's really nice. It's not real bright, but it gives you just a hint of a color. And I don't know if this is going to show, but if I put my black light on, can you see how that lights up? So naturally, you know, trout swim around, and carp, they swim around, they got a little black light. And they like to swim up to the fly and shine it on a fly and see if you've used a fluorescing material like that. And if you do, they'll take your fly. There you go. You could tie this larger. You couldn't tie it much smaller if you used emu. You could tie it one size smaller. You could tie it down to a 14. I like the tails to not be too thick. This is just a really nice lake wet fly, trout, carp fly. Hope you have fun tying these, and for sure have fun out on the water. Thank you.